Danny, a well-earned point today. What's your thoughts on the game?
Yeah, look, an entertaining one. Lucky I haven't got here because I probably would have pulled most of it out by now. But look, all in all, we have to take the point and take the positives out of the recovery and the character that we showed. But you can't. We started the game really well, which we've been struggling to do that recently. Like get out of first gear and kick on. And I thought we looked really good. And then two uncharacteristic little errors have cost us a goal. And fair play to them, they punished us. And then you get yourself in at half time and the message was just calm down and get on the ball. Like do what we've been doing really well recently, and I thought we did that in the second half and get the equaliser. And I'll be honest, naively so probably, I thought, listen, there's only one team that's going to win this now. And then it's weird because there's a delay. I think it was, I don't know whether it was I think it's the official needs to tape his, and it's almost like we switched off because they instantly score straight from the kick-off. And then you're thinking, right, okay, now we've got to reassert ourselves again, and then obviously we give the penalty away. I don't know. I don't think Ryan needs to come as far as he did. Two, from where we were standing, and obviously we'll have to have a look again. It looked like the ball was off the pitch before he made contact, and I don't know what the rule is with that. I mean, there was a few times in the first half where they pulled our players down in the penalty area, and apparently it's not a foul because the ball's out of play. So. I'm happy to be proven wrong on it, but unfortunately we were right on Tuesday with all the poor decisions that went against us, and that looked like another one to us. But look, listen, at the end of the day, it was what it was. They scored the goal, and you're worried because you're thinking they were causing us problems, and this could end up being a cricket score. But you know what? One thing that I know about this team is they are relentless in everything we do, and we don't give up ever. And credit to them today because they got something out of the game, which, you know what, after that 3-3 down, they probably didn't deserve.
And just one tactical change with Harrison coming in for Mo. What was the thinking behind that?
Yeah, look, I think we've got our forwards are there to score goals, and we need to find a balance where we're actually getting them to affect the game. Now Mo comes on and Harrison, both of them contribute with assists today, so you've got no problem with that. Then on Tuesday against Halifax, we had chances to score goals and we didn't take them. So that's how it works. You come out of the team, and credit to Mo, his attitude was spot on after being taken out of the team. His work ethic in training has been outstanding, and he comes on and affects the game with a smile on his face. And I think that's a part of the squad maturing and growing up in the fact that they're starting to understand that, you know what, I'm a squad player. We don't have a starting 11 and then subs. We don't have that here. We've got a squad of players that need to make sure when they're asked or called upon that they're available to play. And you know what, they sulk sometimes, and you have to give them a little tap on the head and say, well, listen, not literally obviously before anyone says anything, you have to give them a little wake up call and say, look, at the end of the day, you're a part of the squad, you'll get your chance, you'll get your opportunity, you've got to put your money where your mouth is, and when you get a chance, take it. And to be fair, they affected the game today. And
Rory back on the bench as well. It's good to see him back involved in the team today.
Yeah, obviously we've had players who have been isolating. Rory didn't actually have COVID. He unfortunately lives with George Fowler, and it's the protocol, and he had to have that 10 days of isolation, which would have been frustrating for him because he was having a good run in the team. But Toby's come in, and this is exactly what we're talking about. Toby's come in, he's been brilliant. So that's just how our football works. That's why you have a squad of players, and it's adding a little bit of strength to what is going to be an absolute slog of a month of games. I mean, as I said to you the other day, we've got 4 games in 9 days at one point, and we're going to need everybody. We're going to need everybody on side, and the environment and the sort of vibe in the dressing room was good.
It was good to see today because in the first 50 minutes against Halifax, we were quite slow, as you said to us after the game. But then this game, we were quite quick off the mark. You know, great start, and then a bit of a sucker punch from them to concede the way we did. Yeah,
you have to protect the players at times. Though some of these lads left their house at 11 o'clock, 10:30, 11 o'clock in the morning on Tuesday for what ended up being a 7:15 kickoff, and they sat in cars, they've sat on coaches, and because of the timings and stuff, we couldn't get the train, which obviously is a lot more efficient for us. And we looked like we were still on the coach after 15 minutes. But you know what? They still dug in. They still show character, and they didn't concede a goal. And today was about, well, we've got none of those excuses today. You can't say that you've been in the car for 5 hours, 6 hours. You've all travelled in, and we're in good spirits and good form. So let's go out and play. And they did, and that's why the goal was a sucker punch, because you're like, wow. you've got to take advantage of the situation, and we had some good chances and some chances that actually back us to score. I think Vicky had one, then they had one off the line from Josh, and they had some last-ditch defending from several other situations as well. And look, they did what we did on Tuesday, except for the fact they punished us with a goal.
It was a great start to the second half as well, with Toby's goal, as you mentioned, as he came in. What was the message in the half-time three?
Be calm. Like one of the biggest things that we've struggled with this year is when teams have scored one against us, we tend to go 2 and 3 and just calm down. And that was why it was disappointing that we conceded the 2 goals that we did, because actually we got ourselves back in the game. I just needed those people to be switched on, and the ball going out of play, and as I said, the stoppage in time, I think we just switched off. And listen, you switch off against a team with the potency they've got, you're going to get punished.
Exactly that, 1-1 to 3-1 in the space of a few minutes. That could kill a few teams off, but what really showed today was the maturity and the experience we're starting to show now in this team.
Yeah, and it can only get better. Listen, it's not perfect and we've got a lot to work on, but we're all pulling in the same direction, and we know that if we work hard, if we stay sort of humble and we're honest with ourselves and we just keep grafting, because we have to take it on the chin sometimes when you're not playing well. We have 3 or 4 players today that self-admittedly, and they've been told, were nowhere near good enough today with their standards of what they've been delivering. And listen, we take that on the chin. It's nothing personal. We're not going to have a hangover of it. They get the day off tomorrow. We're back in Monday, ready for Chesterfield Tuesday. One
of the leaders from the team that's starting to show is our captain of the day, Josh Rees. 2 goals from him today. It's great to see him continue and get on the score sheet.
Yeah, he's a class act, Josh, and I think he's one of those leaders that he leads by example. So his work ethic, his energy levels, his tenaciousness, he gets around the pitch, and we signed him because we knew he brought goals. And I think that's his 9th league goal of the season, 8th and 9th league goals of the season this year. In the league, I think he's got 1 or 2 in the cup as well. But look, I'm sure he did, because he'll be in my office wanting more money probably. But no, look, he's a great addition to the squad. He's a great character, and I think he's one of those lads that you talk about from a management perspective, trust. Like you trust him, you know that even if he's not at his best, he's going to give you a 6 or 7 out of 10, and that doesn't come easy.
And with that as well, it sees Jermaine play a slightly deeper role within this team as well. He's just spoke to us, he said he's comfortable doing that, but it gives Josh the free licence to go and attack teams. Well,
yeah, you want fluidity though. You want, if Jammer goes, you want Josh to be able to drop in, and the good thing about our midfield at the minute is they're all capable of playing in any of those 3 positions, and I include Rory and Alfie in that as well. They're all capable of being that holding midfielder if we need them to be. But if we need people to burst in and get in the box, they can all do that as well. So it's a nice problem to have with them. What their challenge is as a group of players is to sustain a level of performance, and to be fair to Jammer, Tobes and Josh at the minute, they're sustaining a level of performance. So yeah, everyone's happy, probably barring the boys who want to get back in the team.
And a word on Alfie as well, filling in at right back again as George continues his recovery. He's making that spot his own, to be fair to him.
Yeah, look, I think he had a tough day today, to be fair, against 2 very good players that sort of isolate that side of the pitch for us. But you're asking a player to... Alfie's as honest as the day's long, and if you told him he was playing in goal, he'd do it with as much energy as if he was playing in his natural position. And you need players like him in the squad, and he's been solid there. And as I said, there's a couple of times today, which is no shame in that, because they've done that to a lot of teams this year. A couple of times today he gets caught, but you know what? He doesn't stop working hard. He's combative, and we always talk to the boys about, what do you bring to the team when it's not quite working for you? Like, what do you still bring something to the team? And listen, I think everyone brought something today. Another game for Ryan at this level as well. He's starting to develop and learn how to play in this league. Yeah, and there's parts of the game today that you can't coach him. You can't coach him those things. He has to experience it, and he'll learn. And it'll be the best 3 games that he's ever played in, because it's even with some of the uncertainty at times and some of the mistakes, because I understand from a development point of view, you have to make those mistakes. And do you know what? Sometimes it costs us. Tuesday it cost us. But you know what? It's not the end of the world. If he goes on to play 200, 300 games for the club, it'll be because of games like that. So it's important that we get around him, and we have to be honest with him. He can't get away with it just because he's not played games before. He has to be told what mistakes he's made and what he needs to do to improve it. But as a club, we need to support the young players coming through, because it's the model that we have to have in place with what we've got available to us. Well, let's do that with our next game at home to Chesterfield, back here again on Tuesday night. Yeah, look, as I said, they're a club that have backed themselves to try and get in the playoffs with what they've done with their recruitment. So we know it's going to be a tough game, and yeah, we'll just take that on as it comes.
Are you in with a shot? More information below. Click here for the next video, click here to subscribe.